Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Don Weeb, here, back with another episode for What If Naruto Had Sunshine. This is part 4 for that. Let's just do a little bit of talking about what's going to be going on with the channel before we get into the actual episode. As you guys already know, I now have a membership opportunity on the channel for anyone who wants to check that out or know more about that. Go to the membership video I posted yesterday and check that out. If you haven't watched it already, What If Naruto Was the Sage of Six Paths came out yesterday as well. Make sure to check that out too. But anyway, let's just get right into this part, and let's just do the recap. So, well, you guys already know what happened with the bridge of the bridge in the Land of Waves, and Naruto and the teams and Team 7 had actually gone and seen Zabuza as well as Haku standing there now not dead. Naruto, who is kind of surprised by this, is actually pretty pissed off because he thought he'd finished off Zabuza last time when he killed him seemingly in the first battle. As Zabuza and Haku appear with mist rolling over it, Naruto immediately tells the rest of the team that he'll take care of Zabuza, as Naruto feels his muscles bulging as his pride is getting a bit damaged from him failing. He then tells them that he'll take him out for good this time. They all nod, including Kakashi, and Kakashi says that they'll back him up as last time he seemed to be handling it, but Naruto needs to be careful so he doesn't get too injured. Naruto looks to Kakashi and then nods his head, telling him he'll do his best. Immediately, Naruto pushes off of the ground, causing a crack to form where he was originally standing. A large amount of heat is pressing over his body, causing the mist to start moving away, as the water in the actual air mist itself is getting dehydrated and thus turned back into water vapor. As Zabuza is being approached by Naruto, Kakashi and now with him Sasuke are going against Haku, while Sakura protects Tazuna. Now we have Zabuza versus Naruto, as Naruto begins to basically tackle Zabuza. Naruto now, with him on the ground, is beginning to melt Zabuza as Zabuza uses the clone jutsu to push Naruto off and escape. With the water clone then going after Naruto himself. As soon as the water clone comes into a close distance with Naruto, Naruto cranks up the heat, causing it to disable itself immediately. Naruto then creates, using some of his chakra, a cruel sun, which he then throws at Zabuza. Zabuza takes his executioner's blade and cuts this in half, as both halves of the sun go cruising around, slamming into, respectively, Kakashi and Sasuke while they're fighting Haku. Naruto says sorry as they have now parts of their clothes burned off as they continue fighting Haku. Moving on to the focus to Haku versus Kakashi and Zabuza. Haku is getting pushed back and is actually losing the fight originally, as Kakashi is not using the Sharingan yet and is still above Haku in terms of skill. As Sasuke is backing up Kakashi, Haku sees no other way than to use his Kekkei Genkai. He quickly activates the Demon Ice Mirror's jutsu and surrounds Kakashi and Zabuza. As they're battling, Kakashi activates his Sharingan as Haku's moving from light mirror to mirror so fast that Kakashi can't see without using the Sharingan. As he does so, he then has Sasuke activate his Sharingan as well as he does so, and Sasuke and Kakashi together dodge and weave out of the way of the Senbon. Sasuke is actually getting hit by quite a few of these Senbon, as Haku himself is basically more skilled than Sasuke, but less skilled than Kakashi. Kakashi tells Naruto to fire a cruel sun towards them, as Naruto is grasping the Zabuza's executioner's blade by the blade with his hand and holding it back. He then quickly uses his other hand and forms a cruel sun, blasting it towards the ice mirrors. As soon as the sun comes into contact with the mirrors, they begin to melt down into water almost immediately from how hot they are. Kakashi then pushes Sasuke out of the way, as he then has the mirrors seal back up using his own Kekkei Genkai. Sasuke is banging on the mirrors from the outside, telling Kakashi that he needs help and that he can get it back in there. So Kakashi is now going hand-to-hand with Haku, and as this is occurring, he then takes Haku and grabs him by the mask, throwing him out just out of the mirror as he's trying to get to the next one. He then uses the Water Dragon Jutsu, which he learned last time against Zabuza, and pushes Haku back towards Zabuza and Naruto. Naruto, finish it now! Naruto then uses his own jutsu, as he then quickly makes a large cruel sun. The largest one he's ever made, in fact. This sun is about the size of a large beach ball in relevance, and as he brings it down upon the two, they collapse into the ground as they pass out from heat stroke and exhaustion. Haku, who is actually completely wiped out after Kakashi's attack, and Naruto's attack combined with that completely knocks out Haku. Haku and Zabuza then are taken back as Gato's men arrive, which Naruto takes care of rather easily. Naruto picks up Zabuza's executioner blade and swings it over his shoulder, telling Kakashi they shouldn't allow him to keep this one, as he throws it to Kakashi. As he does so, he then picks up Haku and Zabuza, who are still alive, and they decide to take them back to the Leaf Village for capture. Naruto, as he is thanked by Tazuna, tells him it was no big deal, and that it was actually a lot easier than he thought it would have been. Naruto is actually thinking that Sasuke and Sakura need to up their game, as him and Kakashi pretty much carried that entire fight. Kakashi actually voices these thoughts to them and tells Sasuke and Sakura that they basically did nothing that fight, and that if Sasuke had stayed back with Sakura, they probably could have finished it even faster. So this pisses Sasuke off more and tells him that just because he's not as big as Naruto and Kakashi doesn't mean he can't do some stuff. Naruto says that that's not what he means, and that Sasuke's skills are lacking in pretty much most things. His flame jutsu, the fireball jutsu, isn't hot enough to even melt those ice mirrors, and that unless you can do that, there's no way you can beat someone like that guy. Naruto would then head back to the Leaf Village along with the rest of the team after a few days, and once they arrive back at the village, this is when Naruto would be walking around with Konohamaru, looking like his dad kind of, which is kind of funny to think about, as Konohamaru just being a small child with Naruto being a massive man. As Naruto's walking around, Konohamaru bumps into Kankuro. As he does so, he then turns around pissed off and tells this little brat to get out of his way, as he shouldn't bump into people, that was all of his fault. As this happens, Naruto is standing there and tells him to drop him as he's holding Konohamaru above his head. Naruto looks down at this puny genin and tells him to drop it right now, as that's the third Hokage's grandson. The kid looks up to him and tells him that he has no authority over him, as Naruto then takes his hand and puts it over Kankuro's head, begins to squeeze lightly. As he is slowly upping the grip pressure, Kankuro begins to grab his head, trying to rip Naruto's hand off. As he does so, Naruto feels nothing, as it has no effect on him, and Kankuro is beginning to foam at the mouth. Gaara walks up and then calmly places his hand on Naruto's hand. Immediately, Naruto senses something and stops, letting go, almost out of instinct. Gaara smiles and tells him that he truly is powerful, and that he's going to kill him in this tournament. Naruto has no idea what's going on and is asking what he means. What do you mean? Sand ninja, I'm assuming, based on the markings as well as the clothing that you're wearing. Why aren't you intuitive? And what might your name be? My name's Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki. The future Hokage of the Leaf Village, in fact. Gaara laughs as he thinks about how this freak of a person could actually claim that he could be the Hokage. He then says that he must be some Jonin already. Why would he be walking around with this kid? Gaara is then explained to by Naruto that Naruto is actually a genin himself, and that for some reason his body is always in this state due to the power of the sun. Gaara laughs in a cruel, maniacal way as his cold eyes lock into Naruto's flaming ones, almost opposites. He then turns to his head slightly to see Sasuke in the tree, and tells him that he saw him there the whole time. Naruto nods and tells Sasuke to come out, as Sasuke jumps to the ground, kind of annoyed that his spot had been taken. Now that Gaara walks away with his team, Kankuro, having his head almost being crushed by Naruto, is now taking an interest in Naruto and wants to fight him as soon as possible, not knowing that he's actually a genin himself, which is rather interesting to Gaara. Now that this is beginning to happen, Naruto takes Sasuke along with Sakura to meet Kakashi as they talk about what's going to happen now in the Chunin exams. Do you guys want to take the Chunin exams? Oh yeah, totally. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura all want to take the Chunin exams, especially Sasuke. Sasuke in this time, I would say, is beginning to feel an inferiority complex to Naruto, as Naruto is actually quite skillful when it comes to ninja, or doing things as a ninja in general. Naruto is just so overwhelmingly strong and powerful that he just takes advantage of his enemies. His only weakness really is that he's so prideful. That could be the only thing that could get him. Either that or he thinks about Naruto's other weakness he knows about and then forgets about it for a second. He tells Kakashi they're all ready, as after the next few days they head over to the building to take it. As they get to the building, they then realize, with Sasuke realizing without Naruto paying too much attention actually, that there's a genjutsu on the building. Naruto easily wipes away this genjutsu with his overwhelming heat stroke power, as he causes a wave of heat to flow through the building, knocking out the Chunin. They then walk into the actual exam itself. As they get into the examination room, however, Rock Lee comes flying out of nowhere telling Naruto, "Naruto, I challenge you, for you're the best genin of your year, right?" Naruto accepts this challenge gracefully, as he then tells Rock Lee to come at him. Naruto stands still, and as he puts his arms over his chest, he tells Rock Lee that if he can move him back 1 inch while he's standing there, then he'll have won the fight. Rock Lee tells him that he shouldn't be so confident and that can be his downfall, as Rock Lee, using with nothing but his own strength, is trying to kick Naruto. As Rock Lee is going around Naruto using taijutsu on him, Naruto stands perfectly still with no effect on him whatsoever. Lee is actually so concerned by this, that especially the fact that Naruto is seeing all of his movements, his eyes following him. He is considering opening the first gate in order to actually move this person so he can win, and if he couldn't do that, how is he ever going to beat them in this exam? Or how could he ever beat Neji? This is the perfect challenge for him. Just as he's about to open the first gate, Guy Sensei comes flying out of nowhere, which surprises Naruto, as Guy Sensei actually was faster than Naruto could see, and kicks Lee out of the way. Naruto thinks that this person must be actually truly strong, as he sees his musculature build. Lee then is hit to the side, as Naruto is then given a hand by Guy, saying that it's so nice of him to take his students into the exams. Naruto blushes a bit as he then mumbles silently that he's actually taking the examination, and then Guy retracts his comment and laughs, saying that he's sorry, big guy, and that he thought that he was a Jonin or someone else teaching these two, as Sakura and Sasuke get even more annoyed, while actually Naruto's just a bit embarrassed. Naruto then, regaining his pride for that split second after of attunement, then says that, well, it's easy to mistake him due to his strength for being a Jonin or higher. After all, he did defeat the demon of the Mist Zabuza single-handedly, might he add. Naruto then tells Guy Sensei his team and him have to get into the examination, and that he'll see him sometime in the future, as Naruto and the rest of the team get into the actual examination itself. If you guys want to see the next part for What If Naruto Had Sunshine, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below what you thought, and subscribe to the channel for more. I will see you guys in the next video, and bye.